Fresh Squad, what's poppin'? So today, my topic is about, I guess, the everybody wants to talk about this shooting that happened at the school. I honestly believe that a lot of people are talking about Trump and gun laws and stuff like that, and I believe that it doesn't matter how many guns you put on the streets. It don't matter how many guns you take off the streets. There will always be gun laws. There will always be guns around. It's not gonna stop anything. Let's say they take all the gun laws and they say no one can have guns. Okay. I know in my neighborhood, 99.9% of the people that have guns are not registered to have a gun. They're illegal handguns, and they probably got bodies on them and everything like that. But at the end of the day, like, it's not gonna stop them from. They're not gonna take their guns and turn them in. The guy that went to the school and shot those people, it didn't matter if he had a registered gun or a unregistered gun. He was going to do something to those people regardless. He was going to do something regardless. Now, I don't know if it was his upbringing. People could say it's your upbringing. People could say it's mental instability. People can say whatever they want to say. Nobody is in his head. That's the problem. We're as a society, we find things like this to dive into and try to either fix it or complain about it, or anything to not focus on what we have going on. Well, at the end of the day, I can walk out of my front door and fall out, die. Charlie Murphy's wife, she worked out. She did everything she was supposed to do, ate healthy, lived the right life. And one day she literally just died from natural causes. Our lives are not guaranteed. I'm not one to say that I'm the biggest Bible freak, or I'm not one to say that I'm, the biggest Christian or Catholic or religious person. I do believe in a higher power. I can say that much. I just don't like to put a name on it. I don't like to say Yahweh, God, Allah, Christos, whatever. I don't like to put a name on it because I don't want to be wrong about when I go to the afterlife to say, okay, if I've been going along saying all year or all my life, God is right, and then it's not God, it's something else, then, But at the end of the day, like, that person was meant to do what he did. And nothing we could have done to stop it. We're not Minority Report. We're not, if there was a such thing as people who can read the future and say, well, this is going to happen, so let's stop it. We don't have those people. And if we did have those people and they allowed all of the stuff that's going on to happen, then those are the people that are actually responsible. If one day I wake up and I just lose my mind and say I'm going to go kill every person that I see in Charlotte until I get caught, or until I decide that I had enough and kill myself, there's nothing that none of you guys can do about it. You can talk to me for hours, but at the end of the day, I've made my mind up. This is what I'm going to do, period. So we have to focus on preparing ourselves for death. The only thing in this world that is for certain is death. Now, justice is something that can be helped. A lot of the times, if you look into the prison systems or you look into the jail systems or even the juvenile systems, I've been through the juvenile system. I've been through the jail system. I've been through the group home system. I've been through the prison system. I've been through the camp system. And they're all set up for failure. None of them are just. Our government is not just in any way at all. You know, I'm not going to sit up here and say that there are certain things that can help people. But for the most part, it's not just. Because last time I was in jail, I did 8 months. I watched four, one, two, that dude. Okay. I watched 4 people come to jail. And 2 of them were in there for murder, and 2 of them were in there for rape. Now, mind you, everybody that's there says that they did not do it. This is a setup. This is a conspiracy. So, when you get to that point, when you're in jail and you're in denial about what you did, or you want to deny what you did, whatever the case may be, it doesn't matter. Most of the time, 90% of the time, if you're in jail, you did what the fuck they said you did. So, these guys were in there. They fought their cases. The 2 guys that were in there for murder got 5 years with a suspended sentence over their head. They didn't get life. In every state, now mind you, I know you guys are going to say, oh, well, if he were here and he were there, I know, I'm from California. If they were in California, they would get life sentences, blase. But I'm talking about where I'm at, the justice system where I am at, in North Carolina. And this was in Lincoln County. So, the 2 guys that were in there for murder got 5 years apiece with a suspended life sentence over their head, which means that in them 5 years, if they got in trouble again, then they would have to serve the suspended sentence of life. Now, the 2 guys that raped somebody, they both got 2 years suspended sentence and then got probation. So they fought their case. They got sentenced. They got released and they got released onto probation with a 2-year cap of suspended sentence, which means that if they violated their probation, if they got into trouble, or they just did anything to, not abide by the law, they would have to spend a cap of 2 years. So, you can rape somebody out here. It's crazy. And only get 2 years. You can kill somebody and spend 5 years and get out. That's crazy. And then they had people in there for, selling drugs. Now, mind you, selling drugs is not good. But selling drugs is not as bad as murder and rape. Everyone that was in there for selling drugs were facing 7 years or life. And when I can put it to you like this, if you got caught with a gram of crystal meth for sale, or just a gram of crystal meth and they thought you were selling it, you're automatically facing 7 years. And if you get convicted of it, then you're going to jail for 7 years. So, I go sell some drugs and get caught, and I go to prison for 7 years. I murder somebody, I go to prison for 5. I rape somebody, I go to prison for no time. I get probation for 2 years, and then if I do good, I get off. So, that's a complete clusterfuck of a fucked up government. So just imagine this guy that killed someone, that killed all of these people, was in Lincoln County when he did it. He would have got 5 years. and got out, and then, you know, did another 5 years on probation. And if he did good, he would be free. And then what happens when that switch flips again and he decides to kill one person or a bunch more people? Then it's okay, because he knows, well, I only got to do 5 years. 5 years is not that long. I'm 34 years old. I've lived 5 years over and over and over and over and over. Like, it goes by like that. So, like, we have to start being responsible for our society and saying, okay, if you're selling drugs, that means that you're looking for a source of income and a lifestyle change, which means that your circumstances are to the point to where this is the only thing that you can see that you can do to get the lifestyle that you want. So how about, as a government, we start helping people? We have subsidized housing. We have foreclosed homes. We have if you drive around the country, you will see boarded up houses everywhere. We are trillions of dollars in debt. There's countries that not only I have been to, but there's countries that I haven't been to, but I know people in those countries, and they have no homeless people. They have no medical, they don't have to pay for medical when they go to the hospital. They don't have to, pay for college. Like, they have tremendous amounts of opportunity, So us as a government, us as the United States, I think the best, safest bet for our country to survive and to thrive without all of this damage is to give people second chances, to give people second chances, to give people more opportunities. Let's say you have a drug dealer. And he gets caught. I don't recommend giving him no time. I'm not saying that. I don't recommend just, slapping him on the wrist either. I recommend, giving him a little bit of time, but giving him a mandatory opportunity. It says, okay, you have to serve a year to get your mind ready for this opportunity that I'm about to give you. Because we have to strip everything from you first. Then we're going to give you an opportunity to own a house, make money so you can get a car, or, get you a car if you don't already have one. Most drug dealers do. But if you don't already have one, get you a car, and you pay us back for it with this opportunity, with this job opportunity that we're going to give you. Now, this drug dealer can support his family or himself, which himself is going to be selling drugs to eventually have a family and get things that he wants, and then now he has no reason to sell drugs, to do the things that he do. It's the same thing with a lot of the rest of the society. I think that rapists, honestly, they're a lost cause, because they have a block in their brain that tells them that it's okay to take advantage of weak people. And not even weak people, because some rapists take advantage of strong people. It's a dominance thing. So I feel as though, like, murderers, you can't rehabilitate somebody that takes pleasure in killing people. Like, self-defense is not really murder. If you come at me and I just so happen to punch you in your face, and you got a tumor or something and you die, that's not really murder. If you come in my house and I kill you because you're trying to rob my house or do something to me or my family, then more than likely, I'm gonna kill you. And it's not, those circumstances are not out of I'm trying to kill somebody. It's out of plain straight up fear. And us as humans, when we fear something, we go into direct self-preservation mode. People that kill people are not looking for self-preservation. They're looking to demolish someone else's entire existence. Whether, even when you get bullied in school, and this is another thing that I feel about all of these school incidences, is that I ain't never really been bullied in school, right? But if I did see someone that was getting bullied, I would peep the scene for a minute. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't even just run over there and be like, stop doing what you're doing. But it gets to a point to where you see it and then it's enough is enough, and then you go over there and you help the person. It's been a couple of times where I ran over and was like, this dude ain't trying to mess with you. Leave him alone. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't say it like that. Like, right now I'm just talking to y'all. But, I was like, I'll beat your ass if you don't leave him alone. You want to sit up here and mess with this dude for real? Like, you want to mess with bruh? Beat my ass then. You know what I'm saying? Like, real shit. But at the end of the day, a bully is soft. But let's say this guy was getting bullied at home from his parents, from his siblings, from somebody. Let's say this dude just had mental issues. There's a lot of different circumstances. A lot of people that do things like this don't necessarily feel loved. Now, a lot of times I've been watching documentaries and the parents be like, oh, he was a great kid, and listen, he wasn't a great kid. You just ignored the signs. But let's say, okay, well, if I never ignored the signs, what was I supposed to do? Lock him in his room? No. In this new society, adults ignore their children. It is not about raising quality children anymore. When I grew up, before you ever decided to grab a gun, you used these shits right here. You knuckled up, you duked it out, you did what you had to do. Trust me, I done got my ass whooped plenty of times, and I done whooped plenty of people's ass. You know what I'm saying? And when I was in prison, I hit a dude in his face, and he got a bump on the back of his head. I don't even know how that happened. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like, I remember when I was young, I went out and I was trying to break a fight up. Stop my cousin and this other dude from across the street, which was kind of related to us, from fighting. And I stopped my cousin from fighting, but the dude still wanted to fight. Then one of my other relatives took the water hose and sprayed me in the face. I was blind, and then the dude that wanted to fight just beat me up. I'm drowning from water. I lost that, and I just chunked it up as a loss. But in this day and age, if that shit happened to somebody now in my neighborhood, that dude would have been shot. As soon as he got up out of that water, that dude that went over there, that came over here and beat me up, in this day and age, had I grown up in this day and age, he would have been killed. Because that's just how it is. People nowadays don't fight. They shoot. Only people nowadays that really fight is people that go to jail, because you have no choice but to fight. And most of the time, the people that are shooters on the street, when they go to jail, they get their ass beat. it's an anomaly if you're a shooter and you can fight. Because if you've never had to fight, how the hell do you know how to fight? You don't even have to know how to fight. All you need to do is get into one real fight. Not getting jumped, you know what I'm saying? Not jumping other people, but get into one real fight with no weapons. Just literally just duking it out. Whether you getting beat up or not, that natural motion of getting into a fight, the next time you get into a fight, you're going to know what to do. You're going to know exactly what to do. Like my first fight, I was like, head down. After that, I realized I was getting beat up like that. So what happened? I wanted to see what the hell was going on. So the second time I got into a fight, I put my head up and started chunking. You know what I'm saying? So, like, a lot of these kids never been in fights. A lot of these kids never had discipline. Johnny, go to the corner. That shit don't work. In the black neighborhood, tell a little nigga, Marquise, Quentin, Ezel, Keith, Pookie, go to the corner. They gonna look at you like, this new generation look at you like, bitch, who you talking to? You go to the damn corner. You gotta get up and beat their ass. That's another thing. Like, when I was growing up, even as, like, I was a teenager, and I was bad. I had been in and out of jail and all kind of shit as a teenager. Man, look. My dad whooped me one time when I was young. Like, as a kid, whooped me one time. That's all that shit took. And then when I became a teenager later on in life, I hadn't been around my dad for like 15 years. No, I hadn't been around my dad for like 10 years. And then I went to go stay with him. But he had already whooped my ass when I was a kid. So I knew, like, not to play with this dude. So I went out one day, and, like, we had a rule, even as a teenager, like, bring your bitch ass back in the house before the street lights hit. You know what I'm saying? Don't let the sun hit you on your fucking ass. You know what I'm saying? I mean, don't let the nighttime hit you on your ass. So I was like, I was out with my homeboys, and we had some females and shit like that. We was hanging out in Presidio, which was the Navy base, and they got like a little area where it's just a whole bunch of abandoned apartments and shit that the Navy used to use. And we was hanging out in there, having a good time. We wasn't doing nothing wrong. We wasn't smoking weed. We was chilling, like. And, you know, us and a bunch of girls from our school, like, we wasn't going to hanging out with a bunch of random chicks. It was, like, literally our clique. You know what I'm saying? And I made it home. It was nighttime, though. And when I got home, I kind of, like, tried to sneak and ease up in the house, and he was already at the door waiting for me. Came out the door, and he was like, you think I'm playing with you? And I had already, like, it was like somebody just stuck a knife in my chest. Like, I just already felt that. Just by him saying, you think I'm playing with you, I feel like I got my ass beat right then and there. Like, I was just waiting for it to come. Like, I already felt all the hits and everything. And he just pushed me hella hard up against the car. And I don't know, I'm a teenager, and I'm like, and I ain't afraid to admit this shit, so what, nigga, I'm grown. And try me if you want to, but, like, I just laid on not the hood, but, like, the trunk. He had a Cadillac, the trunk of the car, and, I cried for, like, 4.5 seconds, tears and everything, like, and I got up and went in the house, but he beat my ass. That's how it was. Like, he whooped my ass as a kid. I already had that fear that no, don't fuck with pops. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with my mom. Don't fuck with moms. And it was the respect and the discipline. These kids nowadays don't have no respect, no discipline. So with no respect and no discipline, what does that come? Entitlement. And what does that come? Arrogance. And entitlement and arrogance as a kid becomes insecurity as an adult. Because when you're a kid and you feel like, and you're given everything, and you don't have to fight, and you don't have to go through struggles, and you don't have to go through insecurities and pain, and you just the swaggiest, you know what I'm saying, and I got everything, and whatever I ask for, I get, and all that. Okay. Now, when you grow up into the real world, right, what happens? Now you think, I'm supposed to get everything. Why I don't have this? Why I can't pay my bills? Why I can't buy them new Jordans? Why I can't, you know what I'm saying, buy them new red bottoms? Why I can't buy me a Mercedes like the other people? Did you work for it? No. Why didn't you work for it? Because when I was a kid, I didn't have to work for shit. Everything was given to me. When I was a kid, everybody thought I was the flyest, hottest shit ever. You know what I'm saying? Growing up through school, my mama made sure that I had every damn thing. We lived in the biggest house on the block. We this and that. You know what I'm saying? So, now, you grow up and you realize everybody don't like you. Your mama ain't paying for shit. You don't live in the biggest house on the block no more. You live in a little ass apartment. You know what I'm saying? You can't go buy them shoes. You know what I'm saying? You realize that people be talking about you. And now you start to grow insecurity inside of you. And a lot of this shit starts to happen the last year of junior high school. Entitled kids. The last year, when you leave, like right before you're about to leave junior high school, you get a ting of insecurity. Because now everybody's splitting up, going to different high schools, going here, doing that, doing different things. A lot of people have more of a vision for their life right before they leave junior high school, going into high school. A lot of people start thinking like, what am I going to do when I get to high school? Then once you get into high school, you start thinking, what the fuck am I going to do when I get out? But you still try to have fun in between time. Now, I think that every kid needs to go through an insecure phase. I think every kid needs to go through a phase where he has to work for what he wants, where he has to do chores and all. Like, people don't even have their kids do chores no more. It's more or less, you go into people's houses now and everybody in the house, from the kids to the adults, are on some kind of device. And social network is killing us, people. Social bullying is the leading cause to most of the catastrophes with children nowadays, from child suicide to, you know, child rape to, you know, mass murders to, you know, bestiality. Like, social network. Phones. These phones and tablets that you're giving your kids, that world is their oyster. When I grew up, everything was simple. There was a house phone, but no fucking cell phone. You got a house phone connected to the wall. And if you wanted to talk, you pick that motherfucker up. And guess where the other end at? Is in your mama room. So if she want to sit there and sneak and listen to your whole conversation, she can. You know what I'm saying? So we had Sega Genesis. We didn't have all of these PlayStations and Xboxes and we had dial-up internet. You know what our favorite game was when we was growing up? Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? On a floppy disk. When I mean floppy disk, old school, them you could have them like this and they like paper. You know what I'm saying? With a little metal piece in the middle that went around and a little slide on it. And that was actually the newer ones. The older ones didn't have a slide on it. It slid, but it didn't go like and snap back. The newer ones, plastic, harder ones, started sliding back, bam. But so, as a growing up with us, you didn't play video games that much. You played them, but not like, you didn't sit there and just veg out on video games because there was just kind of no point. And the computer, then nobody really want to sit there and wait for. And then if somebody picked the phone up, you got to do it all over again, because that's how the internet was back then. It was straight through the damn phone. So we didn't really, that shit didn't entertain us. Cartoons, cable TV, no. We was like, can we go outside? Can we go outside? Can we go outside? Can we go outside? When can we go outside? You got a bike? Let's go ride like kites and, come on, man. Like, really, I don't see how it went from that to where we at now. Because when you go outside as a kid, when you put your children outside, they socialize. Social interactions helps them to survive in the world as an adult. They problem solve. Dang, I want to get up in that tree. How am I going to get up in that tree? I can't really climb it because I'm too small. So how? Bobby, you got a rope? Yeah, I got a rope. Okay, you got a rock? Go get a rock. We're going to tie it to this rope. We're going to throw it. And then we can make a swing and then, like, climb up the rope. Or you can pull it over here and I can climb. Or, it's a problem. Like, we problem solved as kids. We didn't have fears of getting hurt. We used to jump from roof to roof. The parking garages used to have, like, parking garage, walkway, parking garage, walkway, parking garage. I remember we used to get on top of there, run all the way across the roof of the parking garage and jump and grab onto the, you know what I'm saying? We wasn't big enough to make it all the way across. I am now, but I'm saying I was a little dude. Jump and you hang on to the edge. If you didn't make it across, you gonna hurt yourself. You hit against the wall and then you hit against the other wall and then you fall all the way down to the ground. That's 10 feet. As you a kid, that is a long way down. So you do stuff like that. Like, I don't see no kids except for the kids that are like into BMX sporting and shit like that. Like, most kids now would just rather go home and sit on fucking their phone. So back to the original, which this all coincides with it, is people, let's stop don't blame him or his parents or whatever you want to call it. You kind of have to blame society. Because whatever he was going through to make him feel the way he felt, it's a product of our society right now. Back when I was growing up, what'd you have? Like, you didn't have this many. You didn't have this many damn kids killing people and kids shooting people and no. Like, that shit is ridiculous. It's rampant nowadays. Murder, all this shit is rampant nowadays. Like, so especially kids on kids. And it's just getting younger and younger and younger and worse and worse and worse. The movie theater shooting. Nigga thought he was Batman or some shit, or the Joker. Like, the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Police shooting people. We need to come together as a people, because this shit is getting out of hand. And the only thing we can do is blame society. Our social society nowadays is driving people so far up the wall that they're going off the deep end. Our socialism, our internet facades that we're building, that we're all better than you. No one is better than anybody. All you people out there on the internet that's faking like you got so great a fucking life, you got problems. Let's be real. You got big problems. But on the internet, you have no fucking problems. It's a lie. And I need all my peoples, all my regular people to realize that shit. Stop killing yourself. Stop killing other people. Stop fucking up Stop fucking up the United States. Because you think somebody else got it better than you. Because social networking is fucking with you. Because society is fucking with you. And you don't feel no other way out but to fuck up your situation and a lot of other people's situation. And us as a society, let's stop attacking people. Stop bullying people. And let's clean this society. If your life, my best advice to society is, especially in this social society now, is if you have problems, be an open book about it. Tell people about it. If you are on social networking and you're trying to portray that, if one of your friends is on social network and they're trying to portray my life is fucking great and you know that their life is not fucking great, put them on blast on their own social network. Yeah, they probably gonna block you because they want everybody to think that, oh yeah, everything is great, because they're fake. Put them on blast, because at the end of the day, they're going to have to realize that you're not being real with yourself when you putting on social network, my life is great, but you actually smoking crack. So, like, and tell them people that you putting on blast, say, hey, look, I'm putting your life on blast because you need to stop this shit. You need help. You need to start being real with yourself. And the only way you can be real with yourself is being real with everybody else. If you can't be real with everybody about who you really are, then you aren't real to yourself. You're lying to yourself and everyone else in your circle to try to make yourself seem like you're better or you're doing better than you really are when you're not. The minute you tell everybody that you're doing fucking bad, that you don't know what to do, and stop putting on this facade, then and only then will the people around you help you. No one around you is going to help you when they think she's doing better than me. He's doing better than me. What the fuck do they need to help you when you doing better than them? That's crazy. So, like, let's be real, y'all, and fuck this new society. That's how I feel. And the dude that shot everybody, I mean, yeah, he deserved to be locked up because his ass is a fucking murderer all the way. Fuck that dude. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, let's try to help society so shit like this won't happen again. Because it's a direct cause of our social society. Our society in general is going downhill. And if you motherfuckers don't see it, excuse my French, but if y'all don't see it, then you gotta be blind. If you don't see that our society is going in a downward spiral, then you are a part of the problem. And either you're gonna be a part of the problem or a part of the solution. If you're gonna be a part of the problem, then get the fuck off of my YouTube. If you're gonna be a part of the solution, then you good. If you just neutral on it and says, okay, I don't want to have nothing to do with it, you know what I'm saying, but I don't want to, I'm not on either side, you're good. But if you want to be a part of the problem and you're like, oh, fuck what he talking about, that's a bunch of bullshit, turn up, and our life is great. Nigga, watch when you go home. You run out of motherfucking drugs and shit to do, and you sitting in your fucking house by yourself. And you become depressed. Your life is great, motherfucker? No. That's what the fuck I thought. So, become a part of the solution. Help people around you to help you. And if you help people around you to help you, then you will be helping others help others too. Shut down your fucking Facebook for a fucking week. See, can you live with yourself? Get yourself 5 friends that you talk to for 1 week, and don't talk to nobody else on your phone. Don't do shit else on your phone. Don't go on the internet unless you have to. For 1 week. Live a fucking regular life without all of this extra shit for 1 week. See how simple life can really fucking be, instead of relying on this fucking fantasy that everything has blew up in your face. Stop trying to live your life like Love and Hip Hop, or like a fucking movie, or like a rap video, or like a damn country song, and live your life regular for 1 week. That will solve a lot of people's problems. A lot. I love y'all. I hope y'all didn't take offense to this video, but it had to be done because we need to heal our society. If you want to point the finger at yourself. Alright, Fresh Squad. Signing off. Always love. You feel me? Fresh Squad.